All right, so just remember on these, make sure that you just cross multiply. And the first one is just pretty simple little one. On the second one, I made a mistake with putting the numbers. It's corrected on the test. I just have to fix this review because depending on how you set up your proportion, you could get two different values for x. So don't worry about that. Just make sure you set it up correctly because I could do, and this is just an example. Like I said, unfortunately, depending on how you set it up and the sides you use, if you did 2 over x and you could do 5 over 2x plus 4 and solve your proportion, and that would be fine. I'm sorry, 9 over 2x plus 4. You could have done that. That's okay. If you would have used 21 for BC, you would have gotten a different value. Like I said, it works out perfectly on your test, so it doesn't matter what sides you use there. But I have to correct this. So there were a couple different answers for x. That's why I don't have an answer there for that one. But that's how you would set up your proportion. You've got AB is 2, so you go 2 to x. And then you could use AC if you wanted and do 9 over 2x plus 4. You could also have done 2 over x, and I could have done 5 to 21. That would have worked as well, because BC is 5 in our ratio, or in our proportion here, and 21 is that in our ratio as well. Okay, so you could have done that. Unfortunately, like I said, it gives you two different answers, but that's how you could set that up. And it does work on your test. Okay. Questions on any of those? Yes, sir. 3. All right. Remember on 3, if I've got an angle bisector, the angle bisector divides this opposite side as it's in the same proportion as the two sides. So I can say that 9 over 21 is equal to 16 over x. Okay, so yeah, that's a good question. All right, on this one it says we want to look from left to right. So we're going from this is our pre-image, that's our image. Okay, so here's our pre-image, this one's our image. The scale factor is whatever we're going to multiply our pre-image by to get our image. So if I'm going from the big one to the small one, I would have to take 20 times 1/5 to get me to 4. Okay. If I was going from the small one to the big one, I would be multiplying it by 5. That's what that scale factor is, whatever you're multiplying your pre-image by to get to your image. And then on 6, this was one that we struggled with on that quiz. Remember, if I want the entire length of a triangle inside of this triangle, I cannot just say 3 to 12 and 4 to x. Because this 12 is not the entire length of the triangle. My proportion, I have to compare the same values, or the same parts. So if I use 3, I need to use 15, because that's the entire length of that side of the triangle. And then if I use 4, then I can use x for that. Okay. Just a simple little proportion for 7, 8, they're similar because of AAA. 9, you're just setting up a proportion. I'd recommend drawing a triangle on that one. It makes it a lot easier. 10, you could have given me a couple of different reasons on why they are not similar, because they're not. You could have either said that you're not giving enough information. We either need to know something about this third side because they don't match up, or you could have said that it's no because the angles that correspond to each other don't match up with the sides that you're given. So something like that. You just don't have enough there to say for sure. On 12, you just have a proportion. 14.2 to 37.2 equals 4x to 21, and you can solve for x there. Okay. There's 13, 14, 15. Now, a couple things on these. You will see 3 or 4 of these on your test with the transformations. This first one, and a lot of times you can just look at the rule. I have x plus 5, so that lets me know it's a transformation or translation. I'm moving it left or right. So it's a translation. I change the value of the y, so it's a reflection. On 15, and if you don't remember the rules, watch that video again. This one, I'm reflecting it over the line y equals x, that line right there. Now, this one also you could have, and this one might work out. I'd have to get some patty paper and look at it, but it might also work out as a rotation and a reflection, maybe a 270-degree rotation and a reflection. But I need to get some patty paper to check for sure. But the easiest one to look at is just the reflection y equals x. Okay, over that line y equals x. Then finally, your solution there, it's just a one bounce. So reflect it over there, fold it over here, copy your h prime, and there you go.